So namaste, everyone. Happy Sunday. Hope everyone had a great day. So our practice today is going to focus on the upper back. So again, if you would like, you could have some pillows, some blocks, a bolster if you have that, or a blanket. I'm just going to move everything to the side for right now as we read our disclosure. In order to make these classes as freely accessible as possible to our participants, we will be using a verbal warning and assumption of risk at the beginning of the class. Participation in this online class is voluntary. Physical activity programs may result in injury, and by participating, you assume the risk of injury that may result from your participation. We strongly recommend that you participate from a space that is suitable for this activity. For example, make sure that you have moved nearby furniture or other potential hazards. If you're participating in a yoga class or a class that involves laying on the ground, we recommend using a mat, or if you don't have one, a carpeted area. Participants are encouraged to stop if they experience pain or injury and should seek appropriate medical advice or care is needed. William and Mary Health and Wellness strongly recommends that each participant have an annual physical exam and follow the advice of their healthcare provider before participating. So with all of that being said, we are going to begin practice today. We're client supine. Now, if you've decided to use a pillow or a bolster, flip it down along the calves so that you can get a little elevation of the legs. From here, you're just going to take a couple moments to settle in, allowing yourself the gentle movement on the mat. Thinking about elongating the spine, as our focus today will be in the upper back. So allowing yourself just some time to settle in and elongate that spine. Making any subtle movements you need to come there. Maybe just rocking the pelvis or lifting it to bring it more neutral on the mat. Noticing the natural space in the lumbar spine. Notice the rib cage. Resting on the mat, see what you can do to find comfort in that space. Then externally rotating those shoulder blades, maybe tucking the shoulder blades down a little bit. Allow the arms to come out and place as they feel comfortable right now. Then drawing awareness into the head, bring the chin to neutral. Reach the crown of the head towards the top of your mat. And then notice your breath. Notice your natural rhythm of breath. Not doing anything to change the breath. Notice your inhales. Notice your exhales. See if you can start to add some qualities or descriptive adjectives to the breath. Is the inhale smooth or sticky today? Is it cool or warm? And then see if on the exhale you can find those same descriptive words. Is it smooth as you breathe out, or is it sticky? Is it cool or is it warm? Adding in whatever descriptive words do well for you today, just knowing where the breath is.
And then as you breathe in your next inhale, allow yourself to start to deepen the inhale. And then lengthen the exhale. See if you can get the inhale and the exhale to mirror each other with comfort. For example, if you're breathing in for a 3 count, see if you can breathe out for a 3 count. As you expand the breath, see if you can keep the breath in that even space. Starting to turn on the parasympathetic nervous system. That space of peace and calm. Allowing yourself on the mat here to just soften as that space of peace and calm turns on. And then once you've built the breath and that even breath, you may have noticed an inhale and an exhale that really spoke to you. That was perfect for you in this moment, the here and the now. Let yourself come back to that breath, turning on that space of peace and calm a little more. Noticing the breath's connection to the body. Starting to let the muscle relax. And on your next inhale, if your feet are up on either your blankets or your bolster, you're just going to take the feet to the floor now. And you're just going to roll whatever props you have out of the way as you just make your way to your right side, rolling over. We're going to make our way from here to a tabletop position. And we're just using this as a bit of transition, but you're always welcome if you want when you come here, coming into a mindful cat and cow. But as you're ready, we're going to make our way into a thread the needle. And we're going to start with the right hand out. I'll go this way since it's nice and even. And then allow yourself to just start tucking under. Come back and forth a few times till you just find that space for you where that arm is resting comfortably on the mat. You're bringing your ear, your cheek to the mat, and you're reaching your left arm long if that feels right to you. You're always welcome to leave that hand here underneath the shoulder head. And just settle in. Notice the rhythm of breath. See if you can draw awareness into that right palm and spread the fingers nice and wide. As you come into the stillness of the posture on this side, allowing yourself to make minor adjustments as the body starts to open. Settling into that rhythm of breath. Notice as you settle into the stillness, allow yourself to explore the body. Seeing if there are any spaces that you can find some comfort in on an exhale. As the mind maybe begins to wander, allow yourself to draw the awareness back to the breath. Even if you just note inhale and exhale. And then as we begin to prepare to move, you're going to draw that left hand back underneath the shoulder head, pressing back up, bringing yourself into a tabletop. Taking a moment here, maybe to take a cat or a cow. Just noticing subtle differences between the right and the left. And then making your way to stillness here. We're going to move to the left side. So reaching that left arm out to a T. Maybe if it feels right to reach up and just start that process again. Just allow yourself a little dynamic movement here to find that space for you as you draw that left arm out and across, finding your needle here. Deciding where that right hand is going to go. It can go long on the mat. It can be underneath the shoulder head. If it feels right on this side, coming around to the hip or the sacrum. Just remember, you're coming to about that 50%. There's no need to push too hard. Settle into that rhythm of breath. Find that place of stillness. Allow yourself to notice the sensations that you feel. And see if with the breath you can work through the sensations. Draw awareness into that left palm. See if you can spread the fingers just a little bit wider to open that hand. As the body starts to open up, making the minor adjustments. Checking out the breath. Is there any place you could send the breath right now to find a little more comfort in the body? And as we begin to prepare to move from this space, wherever that right hand is, you're going to draw it back to the mat underneath the shoulder head. You're going to press up, reach the arm out, making your way back to a tabletop here. Taking maybe a round of cow and cat if that feels right for you. And from here, We're gonna swing our legs around to either the right or the left. We are making our way back down on to our back again. No blocks or bolsters here for this. So just allow yourself just the time to gently recline down onto the mat. Taking a moment here, just like we did when we came to our breath in the beginning, let the spine get long. Make adjustments as needed. If you need to bring your feet to the floor to adjust the pelvis to bring it nice and neutral. Maybe tucking the shoulder blades under just a little bit. And then from this space, you're going to draw your feet over towards that right corner of the mat, meeting next to each other. We're coming into a crescent or a banana here. So we're going to reach the arms up and overhead and then draw the upper part of the body over towards the right corner of the mat. Now, as you make your way here, let's make sure we're keeping our shoulder blades nice and rested still on the mat. Then once you make it into that space, you have lots of options with your hands. So you could take your right hand and just hold on to the left wrist, as long as that shoulder blade's resting nicely. You could also hold on to opposite elbows if that feels right. And then always the option, if it's way too much on the shoulders for you to have the hands up and overhead, you can just bring the hands and rest them alongside of the chest, maybe palm on top of palm. Wherever you're at, you're going to start to draw some awareness into that left side of the body, lengthening the left side of the body. Noticing its connections along the front and the back side of the body. Then as you settle in here, if it feels right to take that left heel and reach it up over the right ankle, you can do so. Settle in. As the body begins to open up, maybe starting to draw your awareness to that left hip, bumping it out a little more. Maybe drawing awareness from then that space from the hip up into the armpit, then from the armpit to that left pinky. Then drawing your awareness back down to that left hip. See if you can draw your awareness from that hip to the knee. And then the knee down to that pinky toe. Settle into the breath. If the mind gets distracted, just remember, come back to the breath. Note your inhale, note your exhale. Then if you have that left heel up, you're gonna draw that foot up and down next to the right. Take a full breath cycle. Then reversing the process to come back to center, we're gonna take the upper half of the body, bring it back to center. Let the hands come down along the side of the body. Take an inhale and an exhale. And then draw the feet back to center here. Take a couple breath cycles here, just noticing. Notice the right side, notice the left side. Notice the connections of the side body to the front and back body. And then as we get ready to make our way to the left side, taking your time, you're gonna draw the feet over to that left corner. Make adjustments with the pelvis as needed. You wanna keep that pelvis still neutral. And then lifting the arms up and overhead, allow yourself to come over to that left corner. Again, keeping the shoulder blades down on the mat. If it's available to just take a moment here with the arms up and overhead before you decide what you're doing with your arms. Or just reminders of the options. This time it would be left hand holding on the right wrist if that feels right for you. Or that square over the head with both hands holding on to opposite elbows. Or if all of this feels like it's too much, always the option. The hands down on the chest, elbows are pointed out to the side. If you had one palm on top of the other last time, just reverse it. Breathe. As you settle in here, always the option to take that right heel up and over the left ankle. See if you can direct the breath on this side a little more to the right side. See if you can bump that right hip energetically out just a little bit more. And then the same thing we did on the other side. Let's see if you can draw awareness from that space, bumping out the hip, all the way up into that right armpit. Then from that space, from the armpit, all the way down to that right pinky. And then back to the hip, along the right side of the leg, that right IT band down to the knee. And then from the knee all the way down to that pinky toe on the right side. Just breathe. Noting on this side, maybe the subtle differences, right versus left. Notice the connections on this side, the front and back side of the body. And then as we prepare to come out of this posture, we're going to reverse the process super slow like we did on the other side. So first, if you have that right heel up, you're going to bring it down to meet the left foot. Then drawing the upper part of the body back to center. Let the hands come down along the side of the body. Exhale. Then draw the feet back to center. Take a moment to just notice right and left. Then drawing the feet to the floor. Mindfully doing a little windshield wipering here, just connecting to the breath. Nice and slow. Keeping the shoulders on the mat, deepening if it feels right for you. We're staying right there in close proximity to center. And then the next time that the knees start to drift over towards the right side, you're going to let them come all the way over as you make your way back up into a tabletop. And from here, we're going to make our way into child's pose. So make it the child's pose that serves you well today. So if it feels right to have the knees a little wider, you're welcome to go there. And we are going to reach the arms out in front. And we're doing this in a very mindful fashion, making sure that the hands are right out in front of those shoulders. Once you bring the third eye to the mat, see if you can allow the shoulder blades to just drift back and down just a little bit. Releasing any tension in that upper back. Draw your awareness maybe into your hands as you just let the finger pads just grab the mat just a little bit. Breathe deeply into the upper back. See if you can notice on the inhale some expansion of the rib cage. Keeping those shoulder blades relaxed and down. No tension in the neck. As the spine begins to lengthen, maybe lifting the third eye up, lengthening the spine, drawing the third eye back down to the mat. If it feels right and you'd like to walk the left hand over to the right side of the mat and bump that left hip out here, go ahead and go here. Again, keeping those shoulder blades relaxed and down. Maybe the left hand comes on top of the right. Options, but honor the space where you're at right now. Find that first sensation, work through it. And then if you walk that left hand over, you're going to make sure you mindfully bring it back out in front of that left shoulder. Settle back into the center. Notice the difference between the left and the right side. And then if it feels right to walk that right hand over to meet the left, bump out that right hip just a little bit. Breathe a little deeper into that right side of the body. Keep those shoulder blades relaxed and down. If it feels right to take that right hand and place it on top of the left, that's always an option. Then drawing awareness into that right hand, you're going to bring it back in front. And as mindfully as you can, you're going to draw yourself up onto your forearms. And then bring yourself up onto your hands. Finding your way to tabletop. Take a cow and a cat. Couple rounds here. See if as you move through and articulate the spine, you can find that space between the shoulder blades, allowing the shoulder blade to reach out towards the sides of your mat. Mindfully moving through. Make your way to stillness. And then either crossing over the ankles or moving the legs to the right or the left, you're gonna make your way to a comfortable seated position. That could be Sukhasana, it could be Dandasana, it could be Hero's Pose, Virasana. I'm going to pick Sukhasana today. Knowing we're going to do right and left side here, so if you want to switch your seated position, and when we move to the other side, you're welcome to do so. So, from here, we're going to come into eagle arms here. So we're going to reach the arms out to the side. We're going to let the shoulder blades relax. We're going to draw the arms in right over left. You've got options here. So if this feels right for you today, you can go there. If this feels right for you today, you can come here, or if you want to come into the full bind, you're welcome to do so. We're going to be here for a little bit, so remember, come to your 50%. Then as you settle in and the body begins to open, make those minor adjustments with your hands that allow a little more opening. Find those sensations, work through them, breathe through them. Notice the power of your breath. Notice as we're more than halfway finished with class too, how quickly the connective tissue just starts to open up now. Then as we begin to prepare to exit this posture, as mindfully as you can, you're going to begin unwrapping the arms. And we're going to draw them out to the sides. And we're going to take a moment with our chin neutral to just check out the right and the left hand. And then just allow yourself to turn the palms up and down. Couple rounds here. And then if you would like to change your seated position here, you're welcome to change it. If you're in Sukhasana, we're just gonna switch our legs out here. And then from here, we're gonna draw the arms across again. This time it's gonna be left elbow over right. And you're gonna find what's right for you on this side. Allowing yourself to just settle in here. Find that beautiful breath. Remember to relax the shoulders down. Remember, as you start to feel opening, if you want to make minor adjustments with the hands to deepen the opening, as the connective tissue opens, even though we're in stillness, it allows us a little bit more movement sometimes. So just listen to what your body's telling you and just go into that space. Notice the difference between your right and your left side here again. And more than halfway done here. So from here, you're going to begin to mindfully release. We're going to reach the arms out to the side again. You're going to keep the chin neutral, look to the left, look to the right, again to the left, again to the right. And then you're going to again start that process of just turning the palms up and down. Maybe rotating them out a little bit more this time, maybe not. And then finding stillness, drawing everything back in to center. And then taking a moment to just roll the shoulders back and forward. And then from this space, if you have a blanket, we're gonna take the blanket and make a little roll out of it. So you notice, I'm just taking it nice and long. We're going to bring the blanket along on the mat in the space long on the mat here, or I should say horizontal on the mat. And then we're going to recline down onto the blanket so it runs right across the shoulder blades. So now, if you don't have a blanket and you want to use a pillow, you're just going to put the pillow in that space. If you want to use the blocks, you can set the blocks up in kind of like a T to do the same thing. And then when you're ready, you're just going to recline down. How I usually know it's in the right space is my armpits are kind of resting there, and then my arms can rest along that upper edge of the blanket. Then take a moment to find that neutrality in the chin. You might need to make some adjustments with the pelvis on the mat. Make sure it's nice and neutral. You have the options with your feet to keep your feet on the floor Knees up towards the ceiling, or if it feels right for you to extend the legs long, you can do that. Settle into your breath. A different type of heart opener here. A heart opener with a little more focus on the shoulder blades. As you settle in, you've got options with the hands if the palms are facing up and you want to come into more of cactus arms or goalpost arms to deepen them. You can. Just honor and respect where your shoulders are at. And also honor and respect right versus left. So noticing if the left shoulder wants to do something a little bit different than the right, just let yourself explore that. Draw your awareness into the front side of the body too as the rib cage begins to open. Make adjustments as needed. The spine begins to open and you need a little bit more room for the cervical spine, gently lifting the head. Then as we begin to prepare to move from this space, you're going to bring your feet to the floor, knees facing up if they're not already there. You're going to check in with yourself and you're going to decide which side you're going to roll to, either the right or the left side. Whichever side you're rolling to, you're just making your way back up to seated. We're just going to remove the blanket, any props that you have. Okay. So from here, we're going to make our way back down onto the mat. But before we go there, I just want to show you what this next posture is going to look like. Those that practice with me regularly know this is one of my favorite shoulder poses, and I saved the best for last tonight. So when we get down onto our backs, we're going to bring our arms out to a T, and we're going to move through the right and the left side. But I want to show you what this looks like as I'm seated. So we'll start on our right side. We're going to draw the palm of the hand into the small of the back. The rest is available. I'll show you this from behind too. So this palm of the hand would be resting on the floor. Okay? So allow yourself to come on down onto the back again. Take a moment here. If it feels right to have the knees facing up, you can get that pelvis neutral, get those shoulder blades nice and relaxed. And then bring the arms out to that T. Then, with the palm on the floor, start to bend the elbow and draw the hand underneath the small of the back. That right arm is making almost that figure 4. Settle in. Notice the breath. This can be pretty intense. For those that it might not be as intense, and if they wanted to add a little something in here, you could always take that left arm and reach it up and overhead. The palm is facing the ceiling, and that left shoulder blade is nice and relaxed and down. So just notice if as you reached up, did you draw the shoulder blade up with you? If you did, see if you can relax it back and down. As you move through spaces that might be intense, just stay with your breath. You're more than halfway done on this side. Then if you have that left arm up and overhead, you're going to bring it back down and draw it into that T. Then with awareness of the right hand, you're going to slow as you can draw it out from underneath the body. You're going to take that right hand and sweep it out and up and overhead. Palm is facing up towards the ceiling. And then as mindfully as you can, you're going to draw that hand back and down to the mat. Palm is now on the mat, next to the body. From here, you're going to lift the hand up, right hand off the mat, lift it straight up and overhead. And then you're going to now sweep that hand out to the right side, like you're making a snow angel here. And just draw that hand back down along the side of the body. You're welcome to take a couple more of these if your shoulder feels like you need it. You can always turn the palm up and down on the mat, giving you just a little rotation of that shoulder. Then finding stillness, we're going to move into that other side. So both arms out to that T. And then with awareness of that right palm, you're going to start to draw, our left palm, I'm sorry, drawing it underneath the small of your back, making that figure 4 here. Just be careful and notice, make sure that the rest is accessible along that left side of the body. So if you had your wristwatch on and you needed to look at the time, you could. Not that you would, but you could. Chin nice and neutral, settle into your breath. For most of us, we'll immediately notice a difference between our right and our left shoulder. And then always remembering those options. So if it feels right that you want to reach that right arm up and overhead, you're welcome to do so. Just remembering, draw that shoulder blade back and down once you get there. Palm is facing up towards the ceiling. Settling into your breath. As the body begins to open up, making those minor adjustments. And as we begin to prepare to exit here, we're going to do it as mindfully as we did on the other side. So if that right hand ended up and overhead, you're going to, as slow as you can, draw it down along the side of the body. And then find that T. Then once you settle back into that T on the right side, mindfully, slowly moving that hand out from the left side, sweeping it out along that left side of the body, up and overhead, palm is up. And then mindfully drawing that palm down along the side of the body. Taking a breath cycle here, and then on an inhale, lifting that left arm back up and overhead. Palm is facing up. And then sweeping that left arm around like you're making a snow angel. Doing that one more time if that feels right for you. And then drawing the right hand down towards the side of the body. Take a moment here and do a few shoulder shrugs. Reach the arms up and overhead. Draw both hands out along the side like you're making that snow angel. And then one more time, lifting the arms up and overhead. Sweep the arms out to the side. Find stillness along the side. Make any adjustments with the shoulders as needed as we reverse the direction. So we're going to sweep the arms out to the side. Lift them up and overhead. Palms are facing up towards the ceiling. And draw the palms down towards the mat. One more time. Sweep out to the side. Reaching up and overhead. Draw the palm down along the side of the body. And then allowing yourself now to settle into your Shavasana. So if you'd like, using any props that you might find comfort with. So if you'd like to cover yourself with a blanket, use that pillow or bolster to prop the legs up. If you have your eye pillow, or maybe you have a washcloth that you could dab a little essential oil on. Allow yourself this time now to just settle into your Shavasana. Taking that shape that feels right for you. Settling back into that beautiful natural rhythm of your breath. Knowing all your hard work is done. In this practice today, we allowed ourselves the time to explore those shoulders and that upper back. Maybe with a little awareness of where we're holding some tension. Maybe taking the time in Shavasana today to just draw a little more breath and love into that space. Allowing yourself this luxury. The time to just be. then beginning to just draw your awareness back to the breath. As you're ready to make your way back into the space, starting to deepen your inhales, lengthen your exhales, noting as you draw more breath, more energy, prana into the body. Notice the subtle movement your body wants to make and allow that to happen just naturally with the breath. It may be a wiggle of fingers or toes, but today it might be a gentle shrug of the shoulders. Allowing yourself again to just build the breath as you add some movement in. Then as you're ready, if it feels right for you, drawing in a big inhale, take a nice big full body stretch. And then when you're finished stretching, just allowing yourself to roll over towards your right side. Come into that fetal position. Allow your right arm to be a cradle or a pillow for your head. And just take a moment here in this space of new beginnings. Take time here to just come to a space of gratitude to yourself. You took the time today to step into this act of self-care. And as you're ready to draw awareness to the left hand, start to spread your fingers nice and wide. Let that left hand just float down to the floor in front of you. And just take a moment as that hand settles in on the floor to just feel the strength that you have. And that strength is always there, it's within, just waiting for you to call upon it. And then when you're ready to put a little weight into that hand, you're welcome to come up and meet me in a comfortable seated position. If you'd like, you can always meet me with hands at heart center. I thank you all for the privilege of guiding you through this practice of Yin. I hope the benefits of practice follow you into the rest of your day today, maybe into the rest of your week. May you all be happy, may you be safe, may you walk this earth always in loving kindness, at peace, in good health, and with ease. From my heart to all of your hearts, namaste, yogis. Thank you all, and I will see you all soon.